Sleeping Beauty. Once upon a time, in a faraway kingdom, a tiny baby named Princess Aurora was born, whom everyone loved very much. The entire kingdom gathered for her birth celebration. Everyone was excited to see the princess. 3 good fairies were also invited to the celebration. Each one would give the princess a beautiful gift. The first fairy said, "Princess, you shall have the kindest and sweetest heart." The second fairy added, "Princess, you shall have the most beautiful voice in the world." Just as the third fairy was about to give her gift, the Evil Fairy Maleficent entered through the door. Maleficent was very angry because no one had invited her. Angrily, she shouted, "On your 16th birthday, you will prick your finger on a spindle and fall into an eternal sleep." Then she slammed the door and left. The king and queen were terrified. Just then, the third good fairy stepped forward. "Don't be afraid," she said. "I cannot completely break the spell, but I can change it." She continued, "When the princess pricks her finger, she will not sleep forever, but will only sleep until she is awakened by a true love's kiss." To protect the princess, the king and queen collected and burned all the needles and spindles in the kingdom. 15 years passed. Princess Aurora grew up happily with the fairy girls. On her 16th birthday, she saw a mysterious tower in the palace. She climbed the tower out of curiosity. In the tower, there was an old spindle and needle. She had never seen one before. She wanted to touch it, and at that moment, she pricked her finger. Aurora immediately fell into a deep sleep. The king and queen found her and laid her on the most beautiful bed. To protect the princess, the third fairy cast a spell on the entire kingdom. Everyone fell asleep until the princess awoke. A huge forest of thorny pink roses surrounded the palace. Years passed, and her story spread by word of mouth. Many years later, a handsome prince, passing by this magical forest, heard Aurora's story. He decided to awaken the princess. He entered the forest with his horse and made his way through the thorny branches. He entered the palace and saw everyone asleep. In the room on the top floor, he found the princess lying on her bed. He looked at the princess's innocent face and gently kissed her on the forehead. At that moment, Aurora's eyes slowly opened. With her awakening, the entire kingdom also awoke from its sleep. Everyone regained their former joy, and the prince married and lived happily ever after.